A regular meeting of the Texas Tech Board of Regents also marked an important milestone as the university nears a year of dealing with COVID-19. Coming up, we'll give you a rundown of last week's agenda and how Tech's SGA is still helping students during the pandemic.
The coronavirus caused most of the campus to close last March, but some of those doors are still yet to open. Nearly a year later, MCTV's Anakin Rios has a look at one campus venue that may not be welcoming guests, but is still offering a unique experience for some Red Raiders.
And 2 Texas Tech teams are back in the win column after weathering 3-game losing streaks over the last 2 weeks. We'll have scores and highlights from the diamond and the court in sports.
This is the MCTV Weekday Update.
Welcome to the Monday edition of the MCTV Weekday Update. I'm Krizia Williams.
And I'm Danielle Salazar.
The Texas Tech University Board of Regents met last week here on campus for their first formal meeting of the new year. The meeting also marked a huge milestone since it was the first time in over a year for all of the regents and university leadership to meet in person in Lubbock. Last Thursday and Friday, the Regents met in the Regents Conference Room in the TTU Systems building just west of the USA. The meetings included executive session along with a COVID-19 report from Chancellor Ted Mitchell and reports from the other system leaders about the current state of the university. On Friday, the Regents also welcomed in the 4 student government presidents from the Lubbock campus, the Health Sciences Center's Lubbock and El Paso campus, and Angelo State University. Hunter Heck, student body president here on the main campus, addressed several initiatives of the SGA while dealing with COVID-19 over the last year, including a new campaign to help raise awareness of an important issue.
We'll soon be launching the Beyond OK campaign, which is a campus-wide social media and communications campaign that seeks to humanize the mental health resources that exist on our campus. What we noticed is the resources are there, but our students just aren't familiar and don't know how to utilize them. So the heart of this campaign is to help students understand that there's no problem either too small or too big, and that we are there to support them and to value them and to help them as they address this.
At the conclusion of the student government reports, student regent Brooke Walter-Scheid noted that Friday was the first time all 4 SGA presidents had met in person with the Board of Regents since last February. Friday was also Heck's last time to address the regents as president since she will be graduating in May.
Another initiative the SGA has been working on over the last few months recently became a reality. The Sub Raider Commons is a new outdoor gathering space located just north of the TTU Library near the Sub West Plaza. The new area officially opened last week, and John Mark Bernal from the Student Union and Activities Office took time to tell us all about it.
We've talked with the President's Office and a couple other areas in the administration, and we wanted to try to create an outdoor space for students to take advantage of. We know with this last year it's been hard on everybody, and COVID a lot of times has kept people in their rooms or at home even and not on campus. We have life-size games out here. They can play Connect 4. We've got cornhole. We have horseshoes out here. We're also going to have fire pits out here. We'll have some festival lighting that we're going to put up as well, so students can come out here.
60. No, we were at we'll take 60. We'll take 60. 16?
So this weekend, with it being the very first time that it's open, we're providing some disinfectant stands out here where there are wipes that students can get, so if they want to sit on a piece of furniture, they can wipe it down themselves. We've got some hand sanitizer stations as well that we're going to put out here. We have one right now to test it out. The other thing that we're doing is that our custodial team from the Student Union is coming out here each hour, and we have one of our sanitizer guns. They're coming out here, and they're spraying down the furniture. They spray down the actual games that the students are using, just because that way, students feel more comfortable grabbing the chips or the horseshoes. So our team is taking care of that. And then each night when we wrap up, we are moving the games inside, and we will clean them every night, and then they'll be ready to go each morning as well. Right now, this space will exist until at least August of this year, And then after that, I think what we will do is we'll kind of assess and see what the student usage has been. And then after that, hopefully we can continue this. Within just the last 24 hours, we've seen a lot of people come by and say, this space was wide open and now it's this, and this really needed it to be here. So I'm hoping that we can continue it permanently. And so the biggest thing we want students to do is just take advantage of the space. And it's all free. You don't have to book it or anything. Just come out here, eat lunch, hang out. That's about it.
The Subraider Commons is now open to the tech community. The outdoor gathering space is available between 8 a.m. and 11 p.m. Monday through Thursday, 8 a.m. to midnight on Friday and Saturday. And on Sundays, the space will be open from noon to 11 p.m. along with the free entertainment offered by the on-site games. The area will also play host to in-person events throughout the spring and summer.
The Sub isn't the only campus group coming up with a new concept to adapt to the current COVID-19 environment. One other well-known Texas Tech venue is finding new life after the coronavirus contributed to them closing shop last March. MCTV's Anakin Rios has more.
Thanks, guys. Well, I'm here at the top floor of the newly renovated Skyview's restaurant, where the staff here is cooking up a classic dish that everyone knows and loves. Ever since the beginning of COVID-19 last year, most restaurants have had a drastic change in operation, and the Skyview's restaurant took advantage of the situation and are in the process of renovating the interior of the restaurant while also introducing a pizza carryout service.
With the situation, we're still not complete done, so we made the decision to try to do Skyview's Pizza Kitchen and do a carryout pizza and stuff like that. So that way the students are in actually working hands-on, creating, producing food, and then dealing with the public, that kind of stuff. So,
with COVID-19 still affecting the world today, the restaurant renovation has had slight bumps in the road, but even with the delays, the design of the restaurant still surpasses its previous appearance, and the introduction of pizza carryout to the restaurant helps add a new sense of ambiance to a familiar location.
The renovation, it's definitely gone a lot slower than we hoped just due to COVID, but other than that, I think the renovation has gone well. The restaurant looks a lot better than it did before, and then the pizza making, I do like having just kind of a new feel to the restaurant. We still plan on doing the buffet later, but right now I think the pizza making is what we're going to focus on, and it just kind of gives people just a new feel to the restaurant than just the same old Skyviews.
Now, the dine-in option is still a work in progress here at the Skyview restaurant, but their pizza pickup service is actually starting up Monday, March the 1st, where you can scan this QR code right here to order online and come pick it up here at the Skyview restaurant. Skyview's pizza is also unique with their pizza making process, as everything they do is done by hand by the staff, and the restaurant is also on the verge of opening in the coming months.
Just definitely do check it out because it is like homemade pizza. I know so far this pizza I've tried is probably one of the best pizzas I've had in Lubbock, just because we do hand make the dough ourselves, and we prep everything. It's all fresh. We make everything ourselves from scratch. So I say definitely check it out if you're looking for a new pizza place in Lubbock.
we're going to have a grand opening, a small grand opening beginning of April with some limited VIPs and administration, and then once we get that, we should be ready to go. And then of course we're on Facebook, and we will definitely get the word out that we're open and ready for the public to come visit with us.
If you're interested or want to stay updated on the latest news about the Skyviews restaurant, you can visit their website at skyviews.ttu.edu. For MCTV News, I'm Anakin Rios.
The South Plains area experienced a roller coaster of weather conditions over the weekend, after temperatures climbed to near 70 degrees on Saturday to drop back to the upper 50s yesterday afternoon. And with temperatures even cooler today, can we expect another return of winter as we head into March? MCTV's Madison Hartin joins us in studio with the latest look at the forecast. Madison?
Thanks, Danielle. Well, you are correct. We have seen some cooler temperatures over the last 24 hours here on the South Plains, but to answer your question, there is good news. We won't be experiencing these colder temperatures for that much longer. We are going to be seeing some more spring-like conditions as we move into the next few days. For today, however, you can see behind me on our MCTV tower cam that it is looking a little bit dreary outside. We can see that there's some cooler temperatures out there, along with some cloud cover that has started to roll into the area, making the skies pretty overcast for today. Our high temperature for the day only climbed up to 56 degrees with cloudy and cool conditions and a northeasterly wind coming at 10 to 15 miles per hour. For tonight, we're going to be seeing temperatures drop back down into the 40s with 42 as our low, with cloudy and cool conditions and a northerly wind coming at 5 to 10 miles per hour. Now, across the South Plains as a whole, we do see this type of phenomenon here in this time of year, which is cooler temperatures as we move into the evening, with our coldest temperatures being just before sunrise, and then as the sun starts to come out throughout the day, we start to see the temperatures warm up a little bit. So our nights here are fairly cold at the moment, but by the time it reaches mid-afternoon, it's actually quite comfortable out here. It usually is typical for the South Plains that the northwesterly area of us, and of course the westerly area, sees a bit cooler temperatures in the eastern regions. For Muleshoe, they're going to be experiencing a cold temperature of only 19 degrees, and out there in Morton, they're going to be sitting at 22 degrees, so it is fairly chilly across the South Plains again. But when we are talking about chill after the polar vortex of a couple weeks ago, there's only one thing on people's mind: is there going to be more snow? For this morning, we expected some totals of around half an inch to 1 inch possible for the South Plains, but personally, I was looking for it and I didn't see anything more than a couple occasional flurries out there. We did see some cooler temperatures and some moisture, but don't worry, there is not another polar vortex on the way, and I don't think we're going to be experiencing snow that's going to cancel classes for a whole week like we saw a few weeks ago. That was a little bit out of the ordinary. Bringing it back into Lubbock locally, we are going to be seeing warmer temperatures as we move into the next few days, which is good. For Tuesday, we're going to be seeing it sitting around the 60s in Lubbock, which is going to be standard for the next few days after that, and the rest of the South Plains as a whole will hopefully be getting a break from these cooler temperatures. For tomorrow evening, we are going to be seeing our cool temperatures again dropping back down into the 30s, but I don't think we're going to be seeing much in the way of freezing temperatures for the area. We are going to be seeing some places drop down just below the freezing point, but I don't think we're going to be seeing anything significant. Definitely not dropping into the negatives again. Now, bringing it back into Lubbock locally, for tomorrow, we're going to be seeing a high of 58 degrees, a low of 37, and a northerly wind coming at 5 to 10 miles per hour. And of course, for Tuesday, the sun is going to be out, and that will continue into Wednesday, as we're going to be seeing sunny skies with a high of 69, a low of 44, and a southerly wind coming at 5 to 10 miles per hour. And then for Thursday, we're going to be seeing temperatures back up into the 70s again, which I'm definitely looking forward to, with a high of 70 degrees, a low of 52, and a southeasterly wind coming at 10 to 15 miles per hour. So we do have some more spring-like conditions on the way, and I know everyone is tired of the cold, so hopefully these more spring-like conditions will continue into later this week and into the weekend. For MCTV Weather, I'm Madison Hartin. Back to you, Danielle.
Thanks, Madison. Two Texas Tech teams found some much-needed wins after both headed into this past weekend with three-game losing streaks. First up, the Red Raider baseball team held their home opener on Friday against Houston Baptist at Dan Law Field. Tech opened up home field play as the number 10 ranked team in the country, falling from as high as a number 3 ranking after dropping their first 3 games during the college baseball showdown the previous weekend. Tech made up for their failings from the first series by punishing the Huskies with just 18 runs in just 7 innings. A predetermined run rule between the two teams brought Game 1 to an end with a final score of 18-3. The next 2 games would go all 9 innings, but Tech still put up an offense clinic, winning 8-1 on Saturday and 11-2 on Sunday. The Red Raiders pitchers also held HBU to 15 hits through the entire weekend, with the Huskies scoring runs in only 5 out of the 25 innings played during the series. Next up, the Red Raiders will take on the Texas Southern Tigers in their first midweek series at Dan Law Field at Rip Griffin Park. The action starts tomorrow at 3 p.m., followed by a 1 p.m. first pitch on Wednesday. Tomorrow's game will not be televised, but you can watch Wednesday's matchup on Big 12 Now on ESPN+.
Before Tech baseball notched their second win on Saturday, the Red Raider basketball team hit the court here on campus with hopes of ending their losing streak and taking down a conference rival. Number 18 ranked Texas Tech took on number 14 Texas at the United Supermarkets Arena on Saturday morning. The game was nationally televised on CBS, giving the Red Raiders the chance to make an impression as they grew closer to postseason play. The matchup was neck and neck through the first half and the beginning of the second, until the Red Raiders began to pull away. With just over 10 minutes left in the half, Tech pushed their lead to as many as 13 points, and Texas never regained the lead. The Red Raiders pulled off the victory and regained their momentum with a final score of 68-59. Tech is hoping to maintain that momentum as they head into an extra week of conference play. Postponements due to COVID-19 and the recent winter storm set the Red Raiders up with 3 more Big 12 matchups, starting with TCU tomorrow night at the USA. Tip-off for Red Raiders versus the Horned Frogs is scheduled for 6 p.m. with TV coverage on Big 12 Now on ESPN+.
The Lady Raider basketball team is officially wrapping up regular season play tonight with a road trip and a chance for redemption from earlier in the season. Texas Tech will take on Oklahoma tonight in Norman. Tech's regular season finale sets up a rematch against the Sooners, who beat the Lady Raiders by 1 point here in Lubbock back in January. A victory would still put Tech 3 games short of a winning season, but it could give them some confidence as they prepare for next week's Big 12 tournament in Kansas City. The start time for Tech versus Oklahoma is set for 6 p.m. tonight, and you can catch all the action on Fox Sports Oklahoma.
So Danielle, with basketball wrapping up, have you had a chance to make it to the USA to see some of the teams in action?
Yes, I made it out to a couple games, and I absolutely loved it.
Awesome, me too. So much fun, right? That's all for today's edition of the MCTV Weekday Update.
Thanks so much for joining us, and be sure to check ttuhub.net every day for more news. We'll see you on Thursday.